What's going on, guys? Today is my match reaction to Crystal Palace 3, Arsenal nil, away from home and battered right after the international break. An embarrassing performance overall, defeat and humiliation away from home, considering we had 16 days off during that international break and did absolutely nothing with it, is appalling, embarrassing, and no excuses. Brighton on Saturday, we better bounce back and get 3 points on the board. Top four is still up for grabs. I'm not going to say we're out of the race for top four. We are still level on points with Tottenham Hotspur. But before I get deep into this match reaction, do make sure to hit the like on the video if you haven't already and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Let me know your thoughts of the game and how you felt of the Arsenal performance today. It was an absolute shambles for me, but let me go ahead and run back that intro. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're all well. First off, I want to say I got monetized on YouTube, so I'm really glad of that. I finally achieved the watch hours required, and I haven't done a live in a long time. I guess maybe I'm the bad luck to Arsenal because I'm going live after a defeat. But win or lose, I'm always here to talk my piece and to share my views on the Arsenal so far and how we did overall, this season. But today's performance, Thomas Partey, yes, congratulations. You helped Ghana with the winning goal to get them through to the World Cup. But today it looks like Thomas Partey was invisible and non-existent. More importantly, our fullbacks were embarrassing today. Absolutely embarrassing. I know Gabriel's missus gave birth, but it almost felt like Gabriel was the one who was in the delivery room because he just couldn't deliver on the pitch today. He was absolutely embarrassing today. And, starting off this game, I was confident. Before I saw the lineup, I said 2-1 to the Arsenal. We're going to get the job done. We're going to get the 3 points, and we're going to be back in that fourth place. But you know what? Palace outplayed us to the T, out of the park. And yes, I know Arteta owned up for it and said we were really poor, we were really inconsistent, a lot of misplaced passes. And at this level of football, at this time of the season, it's unacceptable. We were cruising, sailing under Arteta, back-to-back wins, but tonight was just not our night. We couldn't get first on the ball, let alone finish in the final third. We had two easy chances that were easy sitters from Smith Rowe and Martin Odegaard, and both of them fluffed it and couldn't finish their chances. It was really, really frustrating to see Gabriel, Odegaard, and Thomas Partey all have a poor game all at once. And that the fullbacks today were possibly the worst I've seen this by far this season, and it was a horrendous night. Lukonga coming on, Lukonga did more and offered more than what some of these players offered in the time they played, especially Lacazette. Lacazette, you just can't even seem to be doing the basics anymore. The basics of a striker you can't do. And, it's a shame Tierney is possibly ruled out for the rest of the season. He is having an appointment tomorrow to get it reviewed and to see how well he will do, if he's able to even play for the rest of the season. And if Tierney is not available to play for the rest of the season, then we are stuck with Nuno Shambles Tavares at left back, or it'll be Granit Xhaka at left back. And we've seen Granit Xhaka at left back against Villarreal. We all know that didn't work for us. We tried to improve in that second half, but it was already too late. Crystal Palace got a penalty with Wilfried Zaha scoring it right on goal and demolishing us in the game. And it really couldn't have got any worse for us because now Thomas Partey is facing spells on the sideline with a possible hamstring injury, and we don't know how long him and Tierney are out for. Now, Tomiyasu was not in the squad today, but I did read a post from AFC Newsroom that Arteta was actually saving Tomiyasu for another game. So hopefully we see Tomiyasu available in the team selection at least for the Brighton game on Saturday. But what I've seen from the Arsenal is when we lose a humiliating defeat, we try to bounce back when we're able to. And you know what? This was Crystal Palace away on a Monday night. Monday night juju is real for us. We don't seem to score on Monday nights. And I'm not excusing our performance at all. I know we have one game in hand over Tottenham, which is Chelsea away, but Chelsea is not an easy team. I know Chelsea have been fluffing their lines as well, especially in their attack, but we're nowhere in that level to compete against the likes of Chelsea. And, I thought if we're consistent, if we're continuing, we can try to get to that top third even. But no, we take one step forward, two steps back. And what I hope is on the weekend, Saturday against Brighton, we bounce back. And we need the fans to get behind this team and to be that 12th man in the stadium because we desperately need it. But you know what? Today, we didn't deserve a single goal. We fluffed 2 goals, 2 easy chances on goal. We fluffed, and we couldn't even try to equalize the game before Wilfried Zaha was given the penalty. And some of you will say there was a penalty decision that was supposed to be given to Bukayo Saka, but for me, it felt like it was a soft pen. Although it wasn't even reviewed by VAR, you all know how that goes for the Arsenal. It seems like we'll never get a penalty decision. But then again, it seemed too soft of contact for me, not enough direct contact for it to be a penalty to the Arsenal. And we would have lost anyway. So humiliated with a 3-0 Crystal Palace clean sheet, and more importantly, ruined all of our FPL assets with Bukayo Saka, Aaron Ramsdale, and some of you guys even having Gabriel in your fantasy Premier League team. I want to shout out everyone in the chat tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am just doing a quick one today. I will be on Igal's channel, EGTV, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 11 p.m. GMT. And we will be doing a tactical, more insightful breakdown along with our player ratings and, see whether top 4 is a write-off. For me, top 4 is still up for grabs for us. I'd rather have points on the board than games in hand. But one thing I will say is this season has shown, look where Man United are. Man United were favorites at the start of the season to win the league or to even win the Champions League at the start of the season. They had the super team of Sancho, Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo, and now they're CR7th. Right now, I think the league is up for grabs from anyone. So we can try to bounce back. We're still level on points with Tottenham. Tottenham fans are gassing up to us saying top 4 is in our hands. Conte ball is going to get us top 4. But we'll see at the end of the season. We do have some tough games coming up, mind you. We still have to play Man United. We still have to play Chelsea away. We have to play West Ham. We have some tough fixtures coming up. And we have the North London Derby on May 12th. Now, even the small games that we have to play, like the West Hams, like the Brighton, like the Southampton, if we fluff up those games, those could be the games that cost us this season. And today's game, it could well and truly, if Tierney is not available for the rest of the season, that could be a season-ending injury for us and possibly rule us out from top 4 hopes. I'm worried. I'm worried about Kieran Tierney, and I'm worried about Thomas Partey in terms of match fitness. Arteta did say that Partey wasn't looking well. After the match, Arteta did take accountability and never hid from the truth. He did show he has resilience in terms of being a manager, but again, not that experience that we need. Look at Vieira, the way Vieira brought into Palace, the way he's trying to build something tactically for Crystal Palace. I'm not saying Arteta's not the one for Arsenal, but I do not think Arteta is the manager to take us to that next level. I think someone will eventually end up replacing him if we don't compete to the highest level. And we're not even ready yet. We have the youngest players in our Premier League team right now in our starting 11. We have the most youngsters in our starting 11. And, players like Nuno Tavares are just not ready and are too young to be in this starting 11. Nuno Tavares, to me, this summer should either be sold or sent on loan. And, some of you guys thought Ben White would be the one benched when William Saliba comes back from Olympique Marseille. I don't think so. I think it should be Gabriel who holds bench when William Saliba comes back. And hopefully William Saliba does come back to play for Arsenal and is given a fair chance in the time being on his return in the summer. Let's hope that happens. Now, the not signing a player in January, not signing any backup player, backup right back, a backup left back, a striker could possibly cost us the rest of the season and could possibly cost us that Champions League top 4 spot. We thought, Man City has a small team. They don't need backups. But look at Man City's backups on the bench. They are key players and quality. Arteta is trying to build something like that, but we are nowhere close. Not signing a player in January, like a striker, as Arsenal Alex says. The transfer January business is going to bite us now. Games like this can cost us in top four. Yes, we're games in hand FC, but I'd rather have points on the board than games in hand. And today's performance was abysmal and a disaster to watch. Cedric, I think he did all right, but then again, the whole team was off today. Nuno Tavares and Gabriel were all over the place today, and we were slumped to a 3-0 defeat at Selhurst Park. Absolutely shambles of a performance, and the wing backs, from the wing backs, even the goalkeeper, Ramsdale, wasn't necessarily great. His passing was sloppy, and there was not much he could do about the goals, considering our defense was a shambles. Cedric had a really, really poor first half against Wilfred Zaha, who caused nothing but problems. But can we talk about the elephant in the room? Gallagher, who is on loan from Chelsea, was a threat on that pitch today. And Jordan Ayew, someone who has never scored, he's only scored 2 goals, including the goal today, in 53 games. Of course, he had to score against Arsenal today, and it's absolutely embarrassing. Yes, you can say Jordan Ayew scores for his country, but for Crystal Palace, he has done F-all. And today, we gifted him a goal. We gifted Palace that win. But more importantly, Palace showed from minute 1 to minute 90 that they were the better team, and they played much better than us. The pressure they had on us, we just couldn't keep up. We crumbled under pressure, and we didn't even try to up them a notch. In that second half, we tried to improve and tried to make things happen when Gabriel Martinelli came on, making some few runs. Bukayo Saka had a penalty shout, but I did say it was too much of a soft call for me. I can't really say that was a penalty. But the only Arsenal player who really came out with credit and deserves credit from this match today is Gabriel Martinelli, a player who shows some pace, directness, and trying to bring something life to our attack. It was horrendous in office today. And let me put this into perspective. Crystal Palace did not have to use any substitution today. They beat us 3-0 in their own yard with 0 substitutions. Take that into account. And it took us until that second half, as per usual, to make the substitution. Today was awful. Martin Odegaard was awful today, not on his best game. But one thing I hope is that these players bounce back against Brighton on Saturday and see how we do then. I'm worried. Brighton is not necessarily a tough team. On paper, it looks easy. It's easy as cutting bread through butter. But right now, I'm nervous. I don't want us to bottle it. We had an international break to rest, and look what we did. We had 16 days off to get our shit together, to practice in training, and right now, we had an absolute shambles of a performance. But tonight, the crowd and the atmosphere, the away fans, were incredible. From minute 1 to minute 90, stood behind this team, even though we were 3-0 down. And they tried their best to be behind this team, even though it was a shambles of a performance. And that's something I like to see in the Arsenal. I'm going to go through some of your comments. Shout out to everyone in the chat. If you haven't already, do make sure to leave a like on the stream and let me know your thoughts of the game in the comments down below. I will get to some of your comments and then wrap up the stream. I will be on Igal's channel, EGTV, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be doing a player ratings there, a lot more in depth. This is just a mini match reaction of my thoughts of the game. I was really disappointed for today's performance, but I'm not going to lose my head, and I'm not going to say that top 4 is out the door for us, or Tottenham are going to get top 4, because I still think this season anything can happen. Even with Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea are guaranteed in that top 3 spot. I think Chelsea have a lot of issues going on behind the scenes, as we already know, with them trying to get a new owner and the Ricketts. A lot of turmoil is happening at that club, and you never know what could happen. Look what Brentford did to Chelsea. FPL Fledging says, need Martinelli to start the next game. The cameo appearances are killing my FPL team. Yeah, and you know what? Even after today's performance, I was considering selling Saka and getting someone like a Harvey Barnes because of Leicester's double game week fixtures coming up. I don't know if that's a good decision, considering Leicester bottle things. But today, the way we performed, we took that role off of Leicester. Victor says, big up to Patrick Vieira, underrated manager. Connor Gallagher and Wilfred Zaha spun Cedric and Ben White. Yeah, Ben White did not have a good game today. Cedric did all right, but not the way we've seen him. And Tomiyasu wasn't even in the squad, even though he was fine. I just don't understand why he didn't play today. I guess Arteta is saving him for the weekend. Hopefully, he is in the Brighton squad on Saturday. Hi, Solo. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate everyone's support. Chris says, watching Arsenal fans implode is my secret pleasure. Yeah, and this whole top four race this season has been really incredible to see. Who would have thought Man United would drop into 7th place and really live up to the name CR7th? Man United have some tough fixtures coming up, but let's focus on our own yard. We still have to play Man United's Tottenham, North London derby, West Ham, Chelsea away. There aren't going to be easy fixtures, and I'm a bit nervous, but we have to take it each fixture as it is, as Arteta said, and see how well we do, and not crumble under pressure. Today, it felt like after the first goal went through by Matata, we sat back and we invited the pressure onto us. And Crystal Palace just upped a gear in that first half. The second half, we tried to catch up. We had some good chances, but we just couldn't get it. And not signing a striker in January could possibly cost us the rest of this Arsenal season. Victor says, "Hi Melina, what's up? I think nobody wants top four. Man United don't they're struggling as well, and it's not just the manager, it's the team. A lot of your players are not really living up to it and living up to the price tag. Look at Harry Maguire. Hi Lil Colo, he says Vieira outclassed Arteta twice this season. Yes, the first time we played them, we did draw to them, and in fact, Crystal Palace deserved that win at home at the Emirates. I will say it how it is. They played better than us, even at home and away from home. Today, they outclassed us and outplayed us to the T. But that's all I have to say for today's match. My man of the match, if I had to pick one, would have to be Conor Gallagher of Crystal Palace. He is incredible, and I think he has a bright future ahead. He will be going back to Chelsea in the summer transfer window, so that'll be interesting to see how well he does there. But today, he played us out the park. And players like Nuno Tavares are not good enough, even as backups for Arsenal Football Club. You would think Cedric is one of the poorest footballers at Arsenal this season, but then you have to take into account players like Nuno Tavares. He was, again, for the second time this season, taken off at halftime and replaced because he was that poor. And, you would think he would get some confidence playing on the pitch today, but it was just a nightmare for him. He couldn't do the basics of what he's supposed to do. And I don't know if it's a lack of experience or whether it's because he's too young, but I think he should be sold or sent on loan to a different club to get more minutes under his belt and to get experience. Because trust me, he is lacking it. And my Nan could do better than Nuno Tavares. But that's all I have to say for today's match. Embarrassing defeat away from home. Hopefully, we bounce back to Brighton, and I will be here to do my match reaction for the Brighton match. Thank you so much, Chelsea Perspective, for tuning in. I hope you're well and blessed. I do want to shout out a couple of my friends' channels here. Chelsea Perspective, do check out his content. He does great Chelsea match reactions. Leicester Till I Die does great Premier League recaps as well as quizzes, which I enjoy taking part in. And Solo 7, the Man United Agenda, is your one-stop destination for Man United transfer news, quizzes, and all things Man United. But that's all for me. Adios, everyone.